The Smurfs, they're dead. They're gone.
They're extinct now.
They're extinct. The zombies won.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is
for a children's program.
they're gone.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I mean, the Smurfs, as we know, they don't exist anymore. They're mindless zombies now. Now, who knows? If they're not stopped, maybe the world is next.
Oh my God, can you imagine? What if there was a sequel to this and Gargamel was like, I told you all! They have to be destroyed, but no one listened to me! he's their true champion. Humanity has to stop the Smurfs.
No one listened to me ever. I knew this would happen. I tried to tell you.
Yes.
I tried to tell you they were delicious. Now they must all die.
Gargamel's just out there with a shotgun.
They keep coming.
Yeah. Double Toasted Live in Brooklyn, New York is selling very well.
Good.
Very well. If I were you, and I'm not, but if I were you, I'd get my tickets now. Because this one might possibly sell out.
Yeah.
We've already kind of hit halfway.
That is the New York way.
Yeah. We've already sold halfway. Halfway to selling out. We're about to fill that theater. So, y'all, if I were you, I'd go get those tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com/double-toasted. That's going to be April 1st at the Roulette Intermediate, where we were last time. And it's going to be a night of comedy, some games. I'm going to try to get that after party for you. And if you get that all access package, that all access ticket, then you will be able to get yourself front row seating we've reserved just for you. Get in early, hang out with us. Gonna get you a t-shirt that comes with everything, and any other exclusives that we have, you're gonna get that too. You can also go over to dtmerch.com and get your tickets. Or you know what, while you're there, just go ahead and get some merch. If you are a zombie fan, as we are right here, you were living in a very, very special age. I remember back in the day, I told people, some people scoffed at me. Scoffed meaning laughed.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
I know the term.
Saying that zombies are just a fad. I'm not going to name any names, but they just said zombies are a fad and they'll be gone next week.
Of course.
Years later, The Walking Dead is still going strong. It shouldn't.
No,
but it
shouldn't. We wish it was dead.
Yeah. I remember when I was rooting for this show.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see the day where I was like, well, you just go away.
Yes.
But The Walking Dead, zombies have not only have you got more zombie content, but they've gone successfully mainstream. Looking at The Walking Dead.
Of course.
Even up to today where you got things now like what is actually being praised as one of the best video game adaptations ever, The Last of Us.
That's right.
You trust me?
Oh, there they go. Oh, there they go.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's a hefty boy.
Big zombie. Or as they say,
Thick.
Infected.
Oh, sure.
The people, pure zombie purists, they like to split the two.
Oh, of course.
You have
differentiate.
Yes. You have the zombies are the slow, dumb ones. The infected are the fast, kind of clever ones, the smart ones.
Okay.
You wouldn't have any of these zombie properties out here, possibly. You would have all this zombie goodness today if it weren't for certain creatures out there that existed before they did. You laugh, so you scoff.
I do scoff.
You scoff, but everybody should be kissing the asses of these creatures over here.
Forest. There was a hidden village where tiny creatures lived. They call themselves Smurfs.
Rabbit ran off like he did something. Like he's guilty.
What did that rabbit do? That I want an episode dedicated to that rabbit.
Yeah, let's do a cartoon episode.
He was so scared.
Look at that rabbit. Look.
So deep in the forest, there was
I ain't going back to jail.
Look at no cameras.
a village where tiny creatures lived. They call themselves Smurfs. They were good.
Yes, people, you heard me. You would not have all this zombie goodness today if it weren't for the Smurfs.
Okay.
That is not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that I'm doing this as a joke. A lot of people think I'm being hyperbolic. But no, if it weren't for the Smurfs, and I will prove it to you, if it weren't for the Smurfs, you probably would not have many of the zombie properties or even the zombie rules and tropes that we have today.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm interested in this now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Smurfs were a French creation. Peyo.
I think it was Belgium.
Oh, was it? Oh, excuse me. That was a test.
Of course.
Did very well.
Thank you.
Hey, you passed.
Thank you. Belgian, France, same thing. They speak French.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Belgian waffles, French fries are the same.
That's all the same thing. It's carbs. You're stuffing yourself with
Yeah,
that.
they all speak wee wee.
That's true.
But okay, Belgian creation over there. Good job. And but the thing is that everybody around the world is familiar with Smurfs.
Yeah.
And they were created long ago. And part of their lore is they're blue creatures who live in the woods, who live in mushroom houses, and they're happy. They sing all day. They all share the same chick in the village. They spread her out. Led by old man with a gray beard, Papa Smurf.
That's right.
But here's the thing about the Smurfs, man. Smurfs live a good life. Smurfs are happy. They love their jobs. They love each other. But anybody who's familiar with the Smurfs, they know that their biggest danger. Who was their biggest danger? Gargamel. He hated the Smurfs, and hated the Smurfs, and at the same time, I think he wanted to eat the Smurfs.
Eat the Smurfs. He wanted to also use them for a magic potion.
Potions.
All that. He was a warlock. A wizard.
Sex with him.
Probably that too.
Then there was Gargamel, the evil wizard.
I'll get you. I'll get all of you if it's the last thing I ever do.
Now, fortunately for the Smurfs, he sucked.
Yeah, he was really bad. He was incompetent.
He was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
This show went on. I know in America, this show went on for 9 years, had over 400 episodes or segments.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And he didn't kill one Smurf
Never.
the whole time.
Occasionally you could capture them, but they'd always outsmart him.
Yeah, because he was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was old and stupid. So they didn't have to, Gargamel, they got used to him. They didn't have to really worry about him.
Yeah, right.
But probably the biggest threat to the Smurfs' existence out there was much smaller.
Ooh.
A little more unassuming out there. And it nearly wiped the Smurfs out of existence as we know them.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about. This very special episode of the Smurfs called the Purple Smurfs. Now, this was the reason why this is so special, because this is technically the horror episode.
I suppose it is. Yeah.
Of the Smurfs.
Yeah.
Of this kid show. It was a legit zombie flick.
Very much.
I truly believe without the Smurfs, you probably would not have all this zombie stuff that you have today.
Okay. So don't need George Romero. He's out the door.
You don't. It can be argued that the Smurfs were even the first modern take on the zombie genre, even before this zombie masterpiece right here.
To a night of total terror. Night of the living dead.
I love that they're supposed to be eating people. And you can tell they out there, all of them just eating big ass turkey legs.
That's exactly what that is. Yeah. Pork chops and turkey legs.
Yeah, they're eating Popeyes.
Yeah.
No disrespect to zombie master George Romero. Yeah. And no disrespect to this zombie masterpiece right here. You know what? I know people are thinking like, now how the hell does this relate to the Smurfs? Now, I used to watch Smurfs. Smurfs came out in the 80s.
It's true.
I used to watch that cartoon. I know what I'm talking about. See, you full of shit, Corey. Yes, while it's true that this masterpiece came out in 1968, while this episode of the Smurfs that we're talking about aired 13 years later in 1981, the Smurfs were actually a creation that existed in the 60s. I don't know if it went before that, but I know this particular episode, the Purple Smurfs, is based on a published cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Back in 1963. Yeah.
They made some changes, huh?
Major, yeah. It was pretty much called the Black Ass Smurfs. Okay, the Black Smurfs.
Oh, God damn.
The Black Smurfs.
Yeah, you're right.
Les Schrumpfs Noirs. Again, anybody who watches Smurfs like I did, it was a Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah. Of course, it was a marketing juggernaut. It was, it was a bunch of toys, figurines, books.
Yeah.
It was published comic strips, and it existed in the 60s, way before I came along, before you came along. Yeah. But and I know I saw this episode, but I guess I just forgot about it. And it's based on a very classic published cartoon back in the 60s. And a lot of the zombie tropes that we see today, you can actually see in this episode. But the thing with this is you wouldn't know it by the setup of this cartoon.
Sure.
Because when you watch this, like if you didn't know what this episode was about at all, you wouldn't know because it starts out like most Smurf cartoons did.
Yeah, working on a project or something.
Yeah. They're like the Smurfs being Smurfy. You know, they had to show you, almost every episode had to show you the Smurfs living up to their names. So they were like the Seven Dwarfs.
Yes.
You know, they had,
very productive.
Yeah.
But, maintaining their houses and community.
Yeah, like you had Vanity Smurf who spent all day looking in the mirror. Baker Smurf who, baked edibles all day and whatnot. Yeah. So whatever the Smurfs were, that was their personality. Everybody loved, these Smurfs living up to one character trait. Mm-hmm. So every episode began with these Smurfs living up to that one thing that their name was based on. Like Lazy Smurf, Lazy Smurf was just worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy Smurf, where are you going? Oh, I'll get back to work now, like everyone else.
Get your blue ass back. You know what? They should have sacrificed his ass to Gargamel.
I know at that point.
Yeah,
he doesn't do anything.
He does nothing.
Yeah, mostly he gets captured.
Every episode, either he gets captured because he's lazy, or they find him sitting on his ass all day, doing nothing. They gotta tell him 5-6 times to get back to work.
Yeah.
This was an unusual one. You had Brainy Smurf. The only reason they called him Brainy Smurf is because they couldn't call him Kiss Ass Smurf.
Yes, exactly. Brown nosing Smurf.
Brown nosing Smurf. He was always kissing Papa Smurf's ass, which is one day is going to get somebody killed. Yeah.
I always say that Papa Smurf is a very humorous Smurf indeed.
Like all these Smurfs, man.
Yeah.
Are dangerous because they just do this one thing to a fault. Mm-hmm. Like if he was into his work as much as he's into Papa Smurf's ass, the village would be a whole lot safer.
It'd be a lot safer. It wouldn't have cost the lives of all those bridge makers, those bridge making Smurfs.
You had Smurfette.
You, Papa Smurf, don't you just love it? I picked the color all by myself.
With your eyes open or closed?
Yeah, she was just a dumb chick. I'm not saying it because
terrible. No, they made her ditzy in the show.
Yeah, she was just a dumb chick painting everything pink. Yeah, because that's what chicks do.
Yeah, they like colors, right?
Yeah,
like the pink color. Yeah.
When she's not getting other Smurfs aroused or anything, getting them hard on.
Always would.
She's going around just trying to to pink up the place, dolly up the place. So yeah. So again, a very, very basic concept for the Smurfs. I mean, you watch it as a kid because it was easy to digest.
Yeah, easy to understand.
You see all these Smurfs are just out there doing their own thing, not paying attention. Of course, there was going to be one of these dumbass Smurfs that was going to start the Smurf zombie apocalypse. Mm-hmm. And that honor goes to, and some of you can already probably guess.
Lazy Smurf, go out in the forest and cut some logs.
I meant it when they said they should kill him, man.
Yeah. He wants the sacrifice.
You see, he's about to put this whole village in danger.
That's all he's good for. Starting trouble within an episode.
He just got told to get his ass back to work. What did he do? Found a rock to go sleep behind.
Just being lazy.
Just live up to his name, man.
Yeah.
You can't help it. It's my name.
It's my nature. What do you want from me?
Or maybe they should have just let him sleep, man. Because when he finally does get to work, that's when things go bad. Yeah. Now, in a zombie flick, the thing that causes the infection, is usually a number of things that we see over and over again. Is usually a lab experiment that's gone wrong, something from outer space.
Yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
Plants, spores.
It's true.
The unknown. Or a few times we see.
Yes, a few times.
Yes, an animal attack.
Yes, yeah. Animal infection.
Yeah, animal infection. Yeah, that was Dead Alive.
Yeah,
right
great movie, great horror.
It is a great movie, great zombie flick right there. It's all started by a
rat monkey.
A rat monkey. Yeah. That moved like claymation.
Yes, pretty rough.
Boy, got our ass good.
Yeah. Hollering.
And that's what we have here. When Lazy Smurf finally does start working, the one time he starts working, man, this mysterious purple fly shows up.
That's right.
And sees that plump, juicy tail sticking out of Lazy's ass.
That fat ass.
That fat ass. He said, yeah, I want some of that.
It bit me.
Feel roused.
Uh-oh, and the Smurfy zombie apocalypse begins, man. And you can already see how much it is zombie like. Like the moment he gets bit, mind just gone.
That's
Can't
right.
make words anymore.
Just goes, yeah.
Just make us one sound. Gnap.
Gnap.
Oh, there he goes.
Just
There he
hopping.
goes.
They
on a
hop for some
rampage.
reason, too.
Yeah, they hop. Oh yeah, they bounce. They hop everywhere.
Yeah.
It's here that you start to see the Smurfs kind of predate a lot of the traditional rules of zombie movies that we see. So in zombie movies, when somebody becomes infected, the disease within them, and seriously, I mean, this is cool how it does stick to the zombie rules, and this is before any of these zombie, because they're taken from the comic. So this is before any of the zombie things that we've seen. So when a person gets infected, the disease takes over, and the first thing that this disease needs to do is in order to exist, in order to live, to thrive, it has to go and infect other people,
other hosts.
Yeah. So what do? The first thing they do is that they seek the most populated place that they could do, or they could go. Same thing they do here.
Oh, there he is.
He's headed for the village. Catch him.
He made it to the Smurf village.
I need some ass.
Yeah. Where's them blue asses at?
I need some ass.
Yeah, in the episode, Papa Smurf even uses the word infected.
Yeah.
Smurfs, none of my remedies have worked, and time is running out. 15 Smurfs are infected now. Ow! And these at 16.
Not taking any precautions. Like, it's just, why are we all crowded together? We can't move. It's the infection is spread, Papa Smurf. He's a terrible leader in this episode.
Yeah, no, he is. I mean, well, listen, in all fairness, it's new to them.
They never encountered something like this before.
I mean, Papa Smurf did when he was a kid, when he was 100 years old.
Yeah. It's been too long. He's forgotten.
He goes by Yoda years.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they go about a lot of things, where they try to, all these zombie movies and shows and whatnot, a lot of them have this moment where, the guys in the hazmat suits come in.
Sure.
They always try to contain the infection. Same thing they do here. But once they think that they might be able to contain this, because they always start spreading the word, they start spreading propaganda like this is nothing, we got it under control, everything is cool. Even though they managed to capture Lazy, who is the proto zombie here now, he's ground zero.
Patient zero.
Patient zero, yeah, man. Even when they managed to catch him, in zombie flicks and zombie shows and whatnot, there's always something to keep that infection from being contained.
Yeah.
Especially especially in the George Romero movies. Excuse me.
Yeah,
I think I'm infected.
I think you're infected right now. It's happening to you.
Get out.
I'm a Smurf. Help me.
Hey, watch your ass.
Oh, God. Oh, my cheeks.
Sometimes the zombies are just incredibly strong or fast.
Sure.
And it's just hard to contain them because the infection just spreads so quick because zombies are so strong and fast. Same case here. He's like, I'm on that Spanish fly, bitch. He's like, Papa, shit, you can't contain me.
Wow.
I gave him little muscles right there. Look at them little lumps right there.
Tumors.
A lot of times the infection spreads because somebody left the gate open or they weren't like doing their job.
Yeah, the infection spreads because of stupid people.
Yes.
In this case, stupid Smurfs.
Yeah, somebody's like just slipping on the job.
Yep.
Not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Not taking it seriously.
No, not taking it seriously. I mean, this just happened.
Yeah.
You got one dumbass Smurf they put up here to watch the door. All they had to do was watch one zombie Smurf.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that.
Oh, that ass. ass.
Look, like, yeah, I'm about to get that ass right there.
There it is.
Like he didn't hear that door open.
Didn't hear him going, gnap. Is he deaf?
He's daydreaming. Man, he probably just smoked a joint.
Yeah.
He's probably high.
He's on shrooms.
Yeah, he's on shrooms. Probably eating his house.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
Took a nibble out his wall.
I was like, I should stop doing this. Can't help myself, though. It's just right there, man.
Well, man.
Yeah. Was it Bronny Smurf? Is that who it is?
Yeah, Bronny Smurf, who should be called Dumbass Smurf.
Dumbass.
Leaving that door open right there. Just something, just daydreaming, man. So, of course, everyone suffers because of his stupidity, and he's one of the first to help spread the infection.
I must find the proper formula to help poor Lazy.
Yeah! Ow! The purple Smurf bit me!
So we keep mentioning something here, and this is what we keep talking about is something that where we start to see a similarity with another zombie trope out there. So that other zombie trope that we know about pertains to a certain obsession with a certain body part.
Oh, damn.
About to get into that head right there. Yeah, that's Return of the Living Dead. Yeah,
Right.
that was the movie that actually made the whole
Popularized that.
popularized the whole zombies like brains.
Brain concept,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was the movie that did that. That wasn't a George Romero thing.
Yeah, before he was just eating meat and infecting people that way.
Yeah. So that was the brains are the infatuation of zombies, man.
Right,
That's the
right.
body part they fixate on.
Yeah.
But we see the same thing with the Smurfs, man. Except instead of brains, it's ass. Another reason why this is a crazy episode, man, because it's the only episode where the Smurfs went around biting each other on the ass.
Kind of erotic.
It is.
A little bit.
It's like the ass eating episode. I mean, look, he's looking. He's
episode.
like, yeah, I got that ass. Look at
Yeah,
that.
you got you. Yeah, I mean, those purple cheeks, man.
Yeah.
They're just a clapping. It's like dinner bell.
Since this is a kid's cartoon,
Yeah.
I thought Papa Smurf would make because it's a 12-minute episode. So I thought this was about quick. It's not meant to scare kids, not meant to get deep, not meant for adults like us, anything. So I thought Papa Smurf would make a potion and call it a day. The episode would be done. Just end it simply.
Okay, let's get started. Andy, pinch his tail.
Start foaming from the mouth.
Is that what usually happens when they first make like a cure? It doesn't really work and it just melts the zombie. Yeah.
He's still purple.
But this is a kid's cartoon, so the worst is he's just still purple. Of course. Yeah, he doesn't melt to anything like that.
No, just explode.
Wish
Cool though.
I wish he did though.
Lazy, you know what? That's fine. He wasn't gonna last
They
long
could,
anyway.
could throw Lays in a vat of acid. I'd be fine with that. But no, it doesn't work. And then they tried it again. And even then I thought, because like I said, I remember this episode. I thought, all right, they tried it once. That was the climax. That was the suspense.
Right.
For a kid's level. So I try it again and they'll get it right this time.
Now, buy the ointment.
He's the first one out the door.
Man, you know what? This is messed up. Because earlier, let me see if I can find this. Because I didn't grab a clip of this, but this is messed up, man. So for him to get his to experiment with his potion,
Right.
he had to go find a Smurf, a zombie Smurf.
Yeah.
And so there was a moment. Let me see if I can find this.
Oh, is it the one with Brainy? Is that what you're talking about?
No, when
Brainy,
Brady,
Brainy that pisses me off.
you know what? I'll pull that up.
Yeah, that one's like, ooh, you little,
Yeah, no,
you little
Bra-
bastard.
See, Brainy would be the one that would bring everybody down in a regular.
Yes, 100%.
Zombie.
He'd be that guy. he's the scumbag racist from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah,
Exactly. You're gonna get us all killed.
but Let me show y'all something, man. This is messed up. So Papa Smurf, he says, I need to have a purple zombie Smurf in order to like experiment on my potion and make sure it actually works. And he says, but he said, I ain't gonna go out and find one. He says, I need some volunteers to go out and capture a zombie Smurf. Any volunteers out there?
Remedy. But once again, I'll need volunteers to... Oh, so that's it. You, and you are elected.
So he just forced them. You know, there's no democracy here.
No. He's a dictator.
No, Papa Smurf is straight up a dictator, man.
That's how it is.
He's a straight up dictator. So here's the
He's straight up like, some of you will die, but then it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. That's what he
out of
is.
here. No. So here's the thing: all those volunteer Smurfs, because they're the red shirts from Star Trek.
Yeah, they don't have names.
So they're just the generic Smurfs. So what does he do? Check this out, man. So he made them volunteer. The potion didn't work. His ass was the first one to run out. And he left others to die.
I would have think it would have been better if he just closed the door behind them. Just locked it. No, I can't let you out. I'm sorry.
It's for the sake of the others.
But he left them to die.
Yeah, he did. He ran faster.
He ran. That's the ones that he left in there. Those are the ones that volunteered.
Some leader he is.
He was the first one out the door.
He was like, nope. I tried.
He would have been better off sealing that door and setting that mushroom on fire.
Yeah, well, may or may not happen.
Asshole.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in a little bit of lazy writing, Papa Smurf just stumbles upon a cure. It's just by accident.
Yeah.
He finds a flower that just happens to cure the purple fly, which means that it should be able to cure the rest of the Smurfs.
I'll just feed it a tuberose flower and go get some rest. Eureka! It turned blue.
So, with that little bit of convenient writing, I'm thinking it means that we're about to be done.
I guess so.
Papa Smurf saves the day. He finds this. He found a cure, and he has enough Smurfs to help him go out and actually spray down these other Smurfs.
The survivors.
Yes, the survivors. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those
like you have in these other zombie movies,
zombie
man.
apocalypse situation. Yeah.
The pollen is ready. When you run out, refill from this jar.
But this episode has a couple of twists that I did not see coming.
Sure, same.
And I was like, oh shit, that's for a kids episode. I was like, wow, they went harder than I thought.
Yeah, the stakes are high in this. Yeah, it goes a little dark.
Yeah, it does. So it turns out, first of all, that these zombie Smurfs are not as mindless as we thought.
Sure.
So Smurfs, for some reason, just leave can of blue paint that's the same color as their skin just lying around.
They like, that's their thing. They like color blue.
Like, what do they use it for? Like,
you want our furniture to look like our flesh. You're beautiful, and therefore I bet you're beautiful.
So they just leave these blue cans of paint lying around. Of course, like I said, one of these zombie Smurfs is not as mindless as we thought.
Brawny. I think it's Brawny.
Brawny, yeah.
I think he's one of the ointment maybe affected his intelligence.
Maybe that's maybe
what happens when you experiment with a zombie and it becomes more intelligent. It reminds me actually of Day of the Dead.
Bub.
Yes.
Bub the smart zombie. Yeah, maybe Papa Smurf was playing God too much. and it made Bronny Smurf a little smarter because Bronny sees that pint of blue paint right there, that container of blue paint, and says, "Oh shit, opportunity!
I got a plan."
Apparently, it gives him the ability to paint himself in a second
very easily.
Infiltration.
Yeah.
Any good zombie flick will always get to a point where the heroes are just civilization is completely outnumbered. Fight as they might, man, it's just too many.
Yeah, the odds are against them.
The odds are against them. Yeah,
the numbers,
man.
the sheer numbers.
It's it's making the situation seem hopeless, and That is exactly what happens here. I was like, oh shit, they are following this to a T.
I was surprised.
Are zombie flicks following the Smurfs to a T?
Yes, exactly.
Papa Smurf, look, the purples are coming.
God, purples are coming.
Did he just get killed? Did he eat him?
Yeah, I think so. Someone got it. Someone did make it in the mushroom house.
Wow. And I was like, man, because keep in mind that Bronny is still out there.
Yeah, he is the smart one.
So I was like, between them being outnumbered and the smart zombie out there, I was like, man, this truly is hopeless. Do you remember when he bit him?
Yeah,
He's like, how the fuck you bite?
Get out!
Every Smurf is gone.
Yeah.
You only have one lone survivor, Papa Smurf, man.
Stand your ground, my little Smurfs. Smurfs, where are you? Great Smurf, I'm the only one left.
Now, I keep using this excuse. I said, well, it's a kid's show.
Yeah.
I mean, you pushed it hard right now, but I mean, of course, you got to have one left. And who better than Papa Smurf to be the last one left? Papa Smurf will know what to do. Just like in these zombie flicks, you know, right when they run in there alone, it's either are bitten or there's one zombie waiting on them that they didn't see. And that's what happens here.
Get out! Get out!
The Smurfs, they're dead. They're gone.
They're extinct now.
They're extinct. The zombies won.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is
for a children's program.
They're gone.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I mean, the Smurfs, as we know, they don't exist anymore. They're mindless zombies now. Now, who knows? If they're not stopped, maybe the world is next.
Oh my God, can you imagine? What if there was a sequel to this and Gargamel was like, I told you all! They have to be destroyed, but no one listened to me! he's their true champion. Humanity has to stop the Smurfs.
No one listened to me ever.
I knew this would happen.
I tried to tell you.
Yes.
I tried to tell you they were delicious.
Now they must all die.
Gargamel's just out there with a shotgun.
They keep coming. They're in my ass. They keep going up my ass.
It's like Creep Show. He go open his ass. But yeah, man, they lost.
Yep.
Yeah, the zombie Smurfs won.
Which happens in zombie films. It's like no hope.
Exactly.
Always lost. Yeah.
I would have been fine if they ended it this way.
This is the series finale.
The series finale at the end of the Smurfs.
It was not Gargamel that destroyed them. It was themselves.
That little fly that did it, man.
Yeah. Simple
But
thing.
it's a kids show, so the Smurfs get lucky, you know.
Yeah, they do.
There's a fire, you know, and it ends like a real climax, man. Like, you know, burning and
It burned Papa Smurf's house down.
yeah, it did, which is a good thing because the fire knocks over his cure, which he couldn't use to like take out Smurfs one at a time. But because it's on fire, it turns into smoke.
Work hard!
So I guess one cloud just goes around to each Smurf.
Yeah, that's what it does, man. It's alive, I suppose.
Sentient.
Sentient cloud. I read it was like, you know, because they kind of done in zombie films where they spread like a cure or something, but it's used through like a gaseous form.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. No, they have.
Yeah.
So even that's kind of true to some zombie things out there.
To a degree.
And so, you know, it smokes out the village, and the Smurfs are good, man. And so, you know, that was it. Now, of course, it ends on a happy episode, though it does end with them almost killing another Smurf.
Yeah.
Shit ain't funny. Jokey. These people are just freshly traumatized. And he's up.
An opportunity to exploit their trauma. Do mind if I do?
If you can't laugh, then what can you do? Yeah.
Man, I was really impressed with the way
I was
it
taken
done.
aback at how hard they went with it. You know,
Yeah.
because when you think of like older cartoons, you think, oh, they can't go too hard, or you know, they can't be too mature. But
Yeah.
they get things past the censors sometimes. And yeah, this one I was really amused by. I was surprised how many zombie tropes were actually in this, and it worked
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And again, you got to keep in mind that this is based on the comic.
Exactly.
And the comic came before George Romero's.
Right.
Dawn of the I'm not Dawn of the Dead, but Night of the Living Dead. And I think some people often wonder, and I've seen this before, where people wondered if George Romero might have been influenced.
If he was a Smurfs fan.
Yeah.
I'd read those books.
Because that book came out in 63.
Right.
That collection. This came out in 68?
68, that's right.
Yeah, so, a lot of people speculate, not to say that he,
Yeah.
but
We'll never know. We'll never truly know.
No.
Unless we raid the house of the Romero estate. Find all these Smurfs books. It's like, my God, he stole this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. What a coincidence it is.
Yeah, and again, you have to keep in mind, if you date this, I mean, zombies always existed. Not always.
The word zombie.
Yeah.
I mean, there was White Zombie with Bela Lugosi from the 30s. Yeah.
Zombies were
Voodoo
something
zombies.
different. Voodoo zombies, where they were mindless servants of a master.
Yes, exactly.
They weren't eating people and things like that.
That didn't come later, until 60s.
George Romero is the one that created the whole zombies that eat the living and not eat each other. But the Smurfs was overlooked, man. I mean, they kind of do, everything that you saw in these movies was in that.
Sure. No, very much so.
And even if you don't go by the comic, I mean, even the cartoon, that was 1981.
Yeah. Just the structure of it feels like a zombie film.
Yeah.
An episode of a show or something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was.
Or a show.
I know I've seen this when I was a kid because I've seen. I used to watch Smurfs religiously.
Yeah, I haven't. I used to watch Smurfs like when it was reruns. When they had them on Cartoon Network or I guess TV Land or something like that. Or what was Boomerang? Boomerang. They had all the Smurf cartoons. But I didn't recall this one, but it was cool to watch it after all these years.
I love the way you said that, and those are the ones that he left behind.
Poor bastards.
Yeah, he did all that work, and he just let them.
They were too exhausted to run. Wait, Papa Smurf! It's for the good of the cause. I must live, and you must die.
So that I can lead.
I'm gonna find that part with Brady Smurf. Talking
Brady,
about Brady's. Brady's
every time he just annoys me.
He bit me, and I feel.
Use this to my advantage.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
To gloat.
Hey, I captured one single Smurfidly.
Oh, Brainy, I had no idea you were so brave.
Smurfette, it was nothing.
You know what's so shitty about that is that he got away with it.
He got away, yeah. Because usually he doesn't. That was the first time, at least one of the few times he does.
Yeah, there was no lesson to be learned here.
No, he never learns his lessons.
Nobody was there to ever call him out on this.
No, for as smart as he claims to be, he doesn't learn.
Oh, folks. Well, if you haven't seen it, I know you saw a lot of clips here, but watching it all together, it's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah. No, you should definitely watch this, y'all. It's actually pretty fun. And the episode, as we told you, is called The Purple Smurfs.
Yeah, free on YouTube, by the way.
Yep, sure is. So you can watch it at your leisure and at your pleasure. Not to be confused with the Black Smurfs.
Oh no, Les Schrumpfs Noise. As it's also known as. Man, I got little beady red eyes too. I just noticed.
Oh yeah,
man. Oof.
Yeah, coming out the jungles of Africa right there.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah.